evening, lacrosse fans, and welcome to semi-final Friday of the Junior B Tier 1 National Championship, the 2025 Founders Cup, live from the 17th Sportsplex on the beautiful Tsimkina Nation. As your host, the Calgary Shamrocks organization is proud to welcome the best junior lacrosse players from across the country to Calgary. This evening, a berth in the Founders Cup final is on the line as the Ontario champion Kahnawake Hunters face off against your Calgary Shamrocks. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able and remove your hats for the playing of O Canada, followed by the Iroquois anthem.
In the spirit of respect, reciprocity, and truth, we honor and acknowledge that we're on the traditional territory of the peoples of Treaty 7, including the Blackfoot Confederacy, comprising the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai First Nations, the Tsuut'ina First Nation, and the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Goodstoney First Nations. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation of Alberta, Districts 5 and 6. This land has long been a gathering place for many Indigenous peoples. We recognize and honor all nations, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, who live, work, and play here, and who continue to care for and enrich this territory. Semi-final number 2 at the 2025 Founders Cup. It's Cody Jansen and Tino Fair with you, live from the Wolf Automotive broadcast booth, celebrating over 100 years serving Alberta drivers. Wolf Calgary Chevrolet GMC Buick at 768 101 Street Southwest, right off Stoney Trail. Same ownership, new dealerships, and home of the Oil Change for Life program. The Calgary Shamrocks, the hosts, taking on the Kahnawake Hunters, undefeated through pool play. Hunters in maroon, Shamrocks in white. The Seven Chiefs Sportsplex is rocking on a Friday night. Who will punch their ticket to take on the Coquitlam Adanacs in Sunday's winner take-all finale? O'Dwyer and Martin are at the dot. Ref is ready. Ball is down. We are underway in semifinal number 2. Cody Jansen, Tino Fair with you live on BC Sports TV, free all week long on the most accessible platform in the world, YouTube. Jace Mizek gets the call between the pipes for Calgary. Kahnawake runs it through Gorman, left side. Save made by Mizek, it's in his feet. Jace Mizek, an 808 save percentage and a 7.67 goals against average. Shamrocks 1-2 in the tournament. Lone win came against St. John in their third round robin game. Between the pipes for Kahnawake will be Casey LaHatch, an 836 save percentage and a goals against average just under 7. And Lutweiler got tripped up. Trying to move this down low. Seth Miller's in the corner. 5 to shoot. Miller, the lefty, over the top. Whips this one wide into the corner. Tino Farah's with me. Tino, give me what's the difference maker for each team? What are your keys?
For me, for the Calgary Shamrocks, you got to ride the wave. You know, this is a team in the Hunters that was the favorite coming in. You know they're going to get their looks. You have to ride the waves throughout the game. And for the other side, for me, I'm going to go individual. Awi Francis can be a dynamic piece for this Hunters squad. I think he's going to be a key.
Mizek, second stop of the game. This one's on Winter Rivera. Rivera, 9 goals, 17 points so far in the 2025 Founders Cup. Riley Dowswell, the Red Deer kid. Dips this one across Tyler Auger. Auger missed some time a couple weeks ago with a leg injury. He's back in the lineup. Kalinich, Nygren, fires and scores! Welcome back to the lineup, Soren Nygren. It's 1-0 for the host.
So this is part of it, right? This is part of riding the wave. The crowd is very much in favor of the Shamrocks with them being the host team. So in town here, you got a ton of their family and friends, and you know that this is going to be an emotional building. Of course, right off the bat, they open the scoring on their first shot from way downtown. Probably one that LaHatch would want back. But a good start for the Shamrocks.
O'Dwyer up the middle. He's stopped by LaHatch. Big save with that right pad. Very mobile, very flexible. Casey LaHatch is as good as it gets in the Tier 1 game. Here's Rice. Outside looks. I'll go Rice this time. Whips it wide. Cayman Daibo. One-on-one with Ben McLean. Behind the net, they'll set it up. Daibo again. 2 in the last game, low to low. Ben McLean eats that one.
And while we're talking about keys here for the Hunters, it was finally a big game offensively for Cayman Daibo. He's been racking up some assists, but hadn't really been able to find the back of the net too much. Finally, he goes off for a couple in their win yesterday, and hopefully that gets him going a little bit throughout this game.
Miller's pass is behind Dow as well. Pops right to LaHatch in the crease, and he'll make the outlet. Kahnawake closest game of the round robin was a 4-goal win over the Alberta champs, the Mountain View Mavericks, on day number 1. Rivera down to the corner. Dylan Martin. Cross for Francis, and he scores! 1-1. Awi Francis has his first of the semis.
Awi Francis, to me, is one of the most underrated players in this entire tournament. You know, on this Hunters squad, Owen Rice is going to get his looks. Winter Rivera is going to get his looks. Cayman Daibo is going to get his looks, and so on and so on. Awi Francis is a guy that has all the skill in the world. He's got the size. He plays on an edge. And when all of that is paired together, he is one of the most dynamic players.
McLean up the floor. LaHatch makes the save. Awi Francis played just up Highway 2, or spent a little bit of time up there at least, with the Edmonton Junior A Miners.
Hunter's goal, his 7th.
And Rice now. Rice has 7 goals, 12 assists in the tournament. Not 3.
And number 20,
Opportunity knocks in transition as Gavin Ferrati whips it wide. Loose ball is grabbed by Dryden Lee, who got wallpaper. Grabbed by Ferrati, 15 to play with. Dowswell now, forecheck by Creighton Crate. Dowswell, 5 to shoot. Drags it back, low to low. This one goes out of play off his own teammates.
And an interesting note, too, for the Calgary Shamrocks. No Josh Fodchuk in the lineup, one of the healthy scratches. And an interesting call here. We'll see how it plays out, but Fodchuk is a guy that can really light the lamp, and Calgary's needed some offense.
Winter Rivera straddles the restraining line. Cross for Sugo Rice. Came in Daibo now. Daibo, inside feed. Martin scores! Toes are clean. Ball's in the back of the net. It's 2-1 Hunters.
Yeah, it's a nice play, and Daibo, who's really become a facilitator here. He draws the double team, and that opens up space in the middle as the third defender, who's supposed to come over and take the shooter, is just a second too late. We'll get a good look at it here from behind the net. The attention that Cayman Daibo draws is unbelievable as a guy that can shoot and clearly pass, and he shows off his hands in the passing realm on that one.
Kalen Snee now up the floor. Snee drives and scores! It's a snipe by Snee, and it's even Steven, 2-2.
One of the biggest benefits to the Shamrocks having Liam O'Dwyer is his face-off ability. I think he's the best face-off guy in the tournament. He's the only person that I've seen consistently winning these draws to himself. This time it's not one of those. He wins it to an open wing, which ends up in the back of the net, but it just shows the benefit to having a clear-cut face-off guy.
Deer the other way now. Side Deer stumped by Mizek. All these teams will play it however you want to throw punches. Transition, defense, offense. Auger now stopped by Lahash. Since day one of this tournament, everyone in Calgary's been talking about wanting to see the Shamrocks and Hunters. We get it in the semifinals, and boy, it's shaping up to be a good one. Over the top, shot by Sugo Rice, drops. Fourth of the tournament for 22 in maroon.
Well, let's take a look, shall we? It looks like we're cooking up a barn burner from Calgary, from way downtown. That's just a perfectly placed shot. You know you're going to have to see most of those if you want to beat a goaltender like Mizek. He's in the mid-range of his crease. A little bit of an aggressive stance, which you like to see on those distant shots, but that one's just inside the post, and the Hunters claim the lead.
(3-2) for the Ontario champions. Since 2018, the Founders Cup winner has rotated between Ontario and Alberta. Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League's last hope this year is the Calgary Shamrocks. Rivera, pushed back by McLean. Martin's inside. 10 on the shot clock. Daibo, back pedal, trying to get his hands free, and he will. Pass for Gorman, and shot clock buzzer goes on him.
And that's a good defensive stand after this kind of frantic action in the last couple of minutes, and you just allowed a goal to be able to force the Hunters into a shot clock violation. That's really something for Calgary to build on.
Kalinic's shot goes straight into the defender. Lahash has it and pulls it back into the crease. Sugo Rice and Dylan Martin. Two Hunters right now with a pair of points in this contest. Owen Rice now snaps it to Rivera. Rivera, standout at the Prezi last year, doing it at the Founders this year. Ollie Francis now. Save made by Mizek. He cut through the crease, so he can't touch the ball, but now it was bobbled by Ferrati for a second. Ferrati gives way for Aaron Say. 3 goals, 7 assists for Say this week at the Founders. Trying to go low to low, and ball got blocked by Warren Oakes. Say has it again. 4 to shoot on his backhand. Wisely dumps this one down as the shot clock ticks away. 13:20 left to go, period number 1. And it's 3-2 for Kahnawake over Calgary. Semi-final Friday at the Founders Cup. Dylan Martin for Dibo. Suggo Rice. Rice now looking for his 3rd point of the game. Up top, Dibo, back pedal, and Mizek got it with that left elbow.
Oh, that's a great save with room into that top corner, just taking it away from Dibo at the last second.
Dibo does not miss from that spot too much. Here's Gorman now. Pass down for Martin. Martin's on the crease. Crease inside, and he scores. Oh, he keeps those toes outside once again. It's stick high on Mizek, and it's 4-2.
Important now for the Shamrocks not to panic. It's a high-pressure situation, but this is what I'm talking about, riding the wave. You know you're not going to be able to fully stop Kahnawake. They're a team that can score at will, but the Shamrocks got to remember they're also a good team. They're here for a reason. Yes, it's a 1-2 record through the round-robin stage, but they put themselves in a position when they won when it mattered the most, and they just got to get back to work and settle down a little bit here.
Van Domlet gets the loose ball off the face-off win.
Hunter's goal, his 5th of the tournament and 2nd of the
Jensen
game.
White now.
Martin.
White continues to elevate his game as a transition player. Oh, Francis trying to shoot around Snee. Defender got a piece of it. Mizek got the rest. Outlet for McLean. Tyler OJ now. Righty defended by Chief Moot. Cause turnover, ends up on the turf, and it'll be Bryce Stout with it. Stout using the traditional stick. Does not hinder his scoring ability in any way. He's got 3 goals in this tournament. Couple of beauties on breakaways as well. Cayman Dibo now in the corner, wants a backhand feed, kicks it out top. Martin for the hat trick, and it's off the post. Oh, that one's going to push the pipe back a little bit. Mizek resets, as does the shot clock. Hunters are buzzing. Francis. Cross pass from Gorman. Dibo inside. Martin. Hat trick stopped by Mizek. Again, Dibo drops it. Francis whip wide. This is going to get past Gorman. Could be a break the other way. Patterson picks it up. Patterson stopped by Lahesh. Keeps the momentum swing in Kahnawake's favor. They are the home team on the score sheet, but the crowd definitely favors the guys in green. Little toe drag towards the net. Mizek got a piece, but not enough. Albany trickles one by. It's 5-2.
The run continues for the Hunters. And yes, Chase Mizek may not be having the strongest start to this game as the Hunters are really pouring it on. It just gets through him. The behind the net cam is the one we're going to want to see here. But my argument in the other favor would be Chase Mizek has been the backbone of this team all through the round robin stage. He has put this team in a position to win. Oh, it just goes off his heel as he tries to spin it the other way.
If you're the bottom defender, don't let him get bottom side.
But this team owes a lot to Chase Mizek through this tournament, I would say. I think now is the time to step up.
You know, Kahnawake's not going to take their foot off the pedal anytime soon. This team only has one gear. Dibo. Little fake BTB pass. Now he flips it inside. Oh, and Rice rings red. Rice gets the reset. Sets it over. Gorman. Back to Cayman Dibo. Out of the corners, White. Gorman. Heavy shot handled by Mizek. Rebound was a 50-50 ball, and O'Dwyer got to it. Ferrati finds Miller. Seth Miller, 2 goals in the Founders Cup. One of the forwards they need to get going if they want a chance here. Deers all over him. Miller falls to the carpet. Nygren in there battling as well. Kalinic grabs the loose ball, flips it back, 1 to shoot, and they'll have to leave it on the logo as we're at our media timeout. 9:29 left to go. Period number 1, it's the Kahnawake Hunters up 5-2 on the Calgary Shamrocks. Boy, their offense is rolling, and Dylan Martin, have yourself a start. 10 minutes in, he's got 2 goals and an assist.
Yeah, and then you go down the rest of this list of I mean, not just forwards, but Albany has got 2 points, a goal and a helper. Suggo Rice has a pair as well, a goal and a helper. Owen Rice has 2 assists. Winter Rivera has 2 assists. Like the cavalry that this team has to be able to fire with, even out their defensive gate as well. Like, they have a ton of athletes on their defensive side of things. It's just outrageous. They're just going to continue to go at you shift after shift after shift. And you can see Calgary right now, their whole defensive core is circled around their defensive coach as well, and having a good discussion. I'm sure that part of that discussion is something that you mentioned a second ago. If you're the low defender, you can't get beat low. Same if you're the high defender, you can't get beat up high. But it's just, I mean, I do still think riding the wave is important for Calgary. Yes, you're down by 3, but there's a ton to work with here and lots of room to run.
Inside, Dylan for the hat trick. Got it. Not a lot of hats will hit the turf in Calgary, but the Hunters have half a dozen.
And it's a set play right after the media timeout. It's Rice, or check that, it's Rivera who opens up the space for Dylan Martin to be able to fire, and that forces a goaltending change. Mizek is going to be done for now. Not sure if this is just a breather or if they're going to give him some extended time off here. But for now, the Hunters in the first period have chased the Shamrocks star netminder.
Dylan Dowswell is between the pipes currently. Mizek still has all his gear on. We'll keep an eye on it. Ball scooped up by Van Domelen. Finds Marcus Dybel. Owen Rice. 7 goals in the 2025 Founders Cup. Rivera inside, stopped by Dowswell. Ben Trudeau scoops it. We'll see if a goaltending change comes. Mizek still does have his helmet on. Gavin Ferrati now. Looks like he'll stay and play a shift of offense. Pick got set by Nygren, but he pushed the defender right into Ferrati. Jersey got held. That's a call as it's 5 feet in front of the ref. Inside, Nygren can't get a shot off. Ball pops. Ferrati will, and it's save made by Lahash. Calgary going to the power play. Winter or summer, your comfort starts with Koba HVAC. With installs, maintenance, and repairs, Koba keeps Calgarians cozy, cool, and comfortable all year long. Trust the experts in commercial heating, ventilation, and cooling. Koba HVAC, we bang harder. Shamrocks power play 2 for 10 this week. Kahnawake penalty kill 13 for 17, 69%. OJ, little drag inside, walks there, 5 holes, scores. Tyler OJ cuts the lead back down to 3.
And Tyler OJ has reason to be a motivated forward. I think it goes back a couple of games. I would imagine a shooter like him is still probably thinking about that late game stretch against Coquitlam in their 5-4 loss when he had that chance to tie it. And of course, he ends up getting close to that same spot, but on the power play. And when you have a shooter like OJ who can really fill the net, if there's a significant goal that doesn't go in your favor, even if it is a couple of games ago, you don't stop thinking about it. You want to try to take advantage the next time you get those chances.
Side Deer now turns on the Jets. Deer decides not to rip it. Kicks it out to the offensive experts. Francis Grab by Dowswell. He stepped to the crease. He became free game. Now it turned it over to Owen Rice. Playing with fire there, Dylan Dowswell. I'm not sure if he thought he was out of the crease, and so he continued to step out, but it did look like he had a leg in at the time. Now Owen Rice gets a free lane inside, and Dowswell's got it with the left arm. Dowswell didn't play much at all this summer. He's coming off of a major injury. Did get a little bit of time up in Edmonton, Red Deer as well, but he's a called up for this tournament. Kalinic now, pass back door. Anderson wasn't ready for it. Brother Dowswell, it's Riley. Low bouncer goes wide. Got it back himself though. Dowswell trying to cut inside. 5-hole attempt. Lahash makes a stop.
Oh, you gotta love that effort of Riley Dowswell to get a rebound when it looked like it was about to go the other way. Those are the efforts. If you're able to stack those a little bit, they're gonna compound into something bigger.
You need more out of him as well. 2 goals through 3 games. That's not exactly his standard. 3 points total in round robin play. Cayman Divo has Martin inside. Trudeau, great defense there. Knocks it free, and then he throws a pass that got deflected by Martin. Multiple turnovers now in the D zone for the Shamrocks have led to offensive possessions extended for the Hunters. Gorman fires and scores. Connor Gorman goes post in, and the Hunters have a 4-goal lead.
Another just insane shot. Look how far this comes from. And you can hear it hit a little bit of the post. It's just inside from way outside. And I mean, credit to Dowswell. Like, he's made some saves since coming in, especially in a situation where you're not really sure. Are you just looking for a minute? Are you looking for a few? It looks like he's going to get a stretch of play here, but he's been forced to make some really big saves. That, again, is just, that's as good of a shot as you're going to see.
Heads up, Albany on the jump, and he's stopped by Dowswell.
Time of the goal, 6:11 in the first period. That's Gorman from Francis and Divo at 6:11.
Ben McLean now jogs it up the floor. 5th-year player, leader of this squad. Through Lutweiler. Miller, high shot. Got something in front. Free game for a second. And the Shamrocks retreat for the change. Dowswell, forecheck. Might have caused a little bit of confusion there, but Winter Rivera comes out with it. Rivera now, drag inside. Oh, they let him fly, and Dowswell's got it. You cannot give Winter Rivera a free lane. He rarely misses those opportunities. Now Jaden Kalinic wants to run 5 goals in the playoffs, 13 points. Nothing in the Founders for him, though. Inside feed, Aaron Say stopped by Lahash.
Oh, that's a great save from a high danger spot on the floor. Say, I mean, if you give him a few more of those, he's pretty likely to hit every single one. That's a massive save for Lahash.
Dylan Martin for Gorman. Ollie Francis to the middle, trying to sneak it 5-hole. Dowswell again has it. And you wonder if it's somewhat just a different looking goaltender to shoot on. You see it all across the tournament. Doesn't matter if it's Alex Swan, Ben Tebow. The different goaltending styles at the junior level is so much more drastic than the pro game. Kalinic, 10 on the shot clock. Dumps this one to Miller. And the pass is off the plastic. Lahash gets out of the crease just in time. Remember, no 10-second count. He's fine to wait on their side of half. Winter Rivera. They'll run it through the lefties. Gorman has the latest. Cayman Divo. Divo now, he'll drive inside and score, but I believe they're going to call shot clock. Shot clock or crease. Didn't exactly get a signal other than that one was not going to count. Now Gavin Ferrati has it. Ferrati decides to fire. It's off the defender. And the rebound now, Say can't get there.
Oh, and he had Blake Anderson backdoor as well. Just one more pass across, and you have a great looking chance into potentially an open net.
Owen Rice, 3 to go. Period number 1. Dylan Martin looking for a 4. Snee knocks him to the carpet. Inside feed, goes through the slot and hits a defender. I believe that was Highcamp who took away that scoring opportunity.
And it's a really interesting stance there by Owen Rice, who made that backhanded pass. He's almost goading the defender into taking away his stick by presenting it in front and then just swiping it away at that last second.
That's how you know you got some silky hands. Miller inside, OJ, the corner. And this one's going to go all the way back down to Shamrocks territory. 5 on the shot clock. Trudeau can get it. He can just whip this one down, but he's not actually going to get possession of it. Wasted energy, and now that offensive set starts in your zone. 2:19 to go. Winter Rivera, near side half wall. Sago Rice for Rivera. Rivera decided not to drop that first one. Daibo's out front. He's got Dowswell dancing, and he scores. Oh, he put him on roller skates. Cayman Daibo has the 8th of the game for the Hunters.
And we'll get a great look here. This is exactly why coaches, when you're growing up, tell defenders, when an offense takes the ball behind the net, everybody can't turn their head and follow the ball carrier there, because exactly what we just saw here is what's going to happen. You have Cayman Daibo, left all alone in front, even if it is for that split second. By the time the defender comes over, Daibo has the advantage. He has that extra step already.
Snee, backdoor feed. OJ stopped. Rebound goes just wide. OJ got it back. Less than 2 to go in the opening frame. Everyone evacuates, and now OJ throws a bad pass over to Say.
Hunter's goal is 4th of the tournament, scored by number 21, Cayman Daibo.
Here for Alvy Francis. Head coach Brandon Francis has his guys ready to rock here. They're not wasting their first opportunity at the Founders Cup. Alvy Francis will drive. Ends up stepping in the crease with that left foot. They call that at this tournament. Highcamp from his own zone. Minute 15 left to go in the period. Shamrocks down by 5. Highcamp to the corner. Inside Nygren. It evades him. Kalinic. Nygren walks out front. Try to go low to high. Might have had some room on the top floor, but he blasts it wide.
I do like that idea, though, to be able to throw the first fake, which gets Lahash down on a knee, and then look into the top corner in a low to high release. That's a smart shooting decision.
We'll see what the Hunters decide to do here. It doesn't look like an early shot for a 2-for-1, but I gotta assume they go quick. Dowswell not forced to make the save. He's gonna pull this one back into his crease. There's gonna be about a 1 second differential shot clock, game clock, and the Shamrocks are gonna use their timeout wisely and draw up a play here with 26 seconds left to go.
Shamrocks timeout.
Wolf Automotive Group, formerly GSL Chef City, is a proud sponsor of the 2025 Founders Cup. Visit our brand new dealerships right off Stony Trail and Old Banff Coach Road.
Well, I mean, I'm really interested about the goaltending situation of the Shamrocks. I truly do think, based on what we saw from Chase Mizek and when he got to the bench, that the original decision was for him to come back into the game after just a couple of moments. But Dowswell was forced into making a couple of really high-quality saves really quickly, and he did make them.
And this kid only played 15 minutes all year. Like, yeah, again, he is a really good goaltender when he's on, but he's coming off of a big injury. This is a workload that he has not seen all summer. And so I know he's impressed. I know he's a really good goaltender and just a great teammate. And so, yeah, but the same can go for Chase Mizek as well. You know, whether it's his or Dowswell's, he's going to be supportive. But for the Shamrocks, it's going to be a defensive effort that salvages this game for them. Yes, their offense needs to get going, but you got to keep the ball out of your net first and foremost. Tyler OJ up top. He'll run it down. Anderson and Lutweiler are the other righties. No Dowswell out here on this 6-on-5. That's the brother Riley for you. Seth Miller, Kalinic, and Sayer, the lefties. Down for Lutweiler. Lutweiler now. Little drag, backhand flip. Might have been intended for Miller or OJ in front. Runs through everyone, and it was Kahnawake who punched hardest in period number 1. 8-3, they lead. Cody Jansen, Tino Farah with you on BC Sports TV. Tino, what was your biggest takeaway? Just one thing. What was your biggest takeaway that period?
This offense of the Hunters is damn good, I will say. We've seen them, of course, throughout this tournament, and it's no secret. This team, this Hunters team, has been the favorite coming in. I still think that we haven't seen them at their best through the round-robin stage, but this first period was about as good as I've seen them play, and if they still have an extra gear to get to, if they are lucky enough to get into the Founders Cup final, man, oh man, that is going to be a crazy game.
20 down, 40 to go. It's the Kahnawake Hunters up 8-3 on the Calgary Shamrocks. Join us for the second up next on BC Sports TV.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We designed a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and then they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Perfect Surfaces, Canada's leader in rubber flooring and specialty surfaces. From gyms to arenas, our premium rubber flooring is built to take a beating and keep going. Extremely durable, impact resistant, and engineered for high-performance spaces. Our floors are also non-slip, anti-fatigue, and easy to clean, designed to keep athletes safe and comfortable every step of the way. And we don't stop at sports. Transform your garage from plain to showroom ready with SnapGrid tiles. DIY friendly and easy to install, our garage floors handle cars, tools, and everyday life with ease. Step outside. Our interlocking deck and patio tiles bring new life to worn surfaces. Comfortable underfoot, slip resistant, and weather ready. Need more? We offer sport court tiles, playground surfaces, and specialty flooring solutions for every space. Whatever your project, we've got a floor for it.
Perfect surfaces. You stand on it, we stand by it.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We design a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Well, the Kahnawake Hunters gave themselves a nice little head start after one period of play. It's Cody James and Tino Fair with you on BC Sports TV. 2025 Founders Cup semifinal number 2. Winner of this one takes on the Coquitlam Adanacs. 8-3, the Hunters lead the Calgary Shamrocks host team. Tino, give me a quick recap of period 1.
Recap is going to be Dylan Martin, and that's pretty much the whole recap. 3 goals through the first period. He was outrageously good, but there was this stretch here to start off the game. Listen to these numbers. 18:25, Niagara opened the scoring. 17:04, Awi Francis answers back. 15:49, Dylan Martin gets his first. 15:42, Kalen Snee then gets things back in Calgary's favor, and then at 15 minutes even, it was Suggo Rice. So it was that stretch of goals. It was frantic action here before things started to slow down, but when they did is when the Hunters really started to take control of this game, and when eventually we saw Calgary switch their goaltender, and Dylan Dowswell has come in ever since.
Dylan Dowswell made about half a dozen saves after coming in for Chase Mizek, who started this contest. Heck of a battle off that faceoff. And now OJ runs it down to the corner. Pushed in by Side Deer. Heavy slash as Dowswell goes for a run. Call is coming, and Dontu Van Dumblin is heading to the sin bin. Northern Mat and Bridge is Canada's leading provider of safe temporary access with the nation's largest fleet of mats and portable bridges. NMB keeps crews, equipment, and the environment protected on any terrain in any season, coast to coast. Shamrocks 1 for 1 on the power play.
Hunters penalty to number 12,
OJ up top, righty strong look. Lutweiler in the shooter spot. OJ's got 1 on the power play already. Lutweiler's inside and he scores! It's a start the Shamrocks wanted. They're on the board, power play marker, and it only took 14 seconds.
I wouldn't just say it's the start that they wanted. It's the start that they needed just to get a little bit of confidence injected back into this team. And it's Lutweiler who goes in alone on a set play, and it's a beautiful run one at that. A little bit of room, has the wherewithal to throw that first fake rather than just fire it when you get in close. Lutweiler gets things a little bit back in favor of the Shamrocks here.
I wonder how much the Tyler Ogeley effect has to do as well as he drug those top penalty killers up to him. They know he can rip the ball with the best of them. Instead, it opens up Lutweiler, who cashes in. Now it's going to be pushed forward by Ogeley, playing a defensive shift. Gorman got back as well. Hunters end up getting their defensive personnel out there. And Dowswell's off the bench. Riley Dowswell it is, 27 points in the playoffs. Dowswell now got a little tripped up with his defender. Say now, toe drink. Shot goes off the defender and out of play. Oh, they'll say it wasn't tipped. No, I think that's the right call. Yeah, again, it might have looked like it might not have been tipped, but it definitely went off the leg of the Hunters defender that time. Even Zane Chief Moon knew. I think he told the ref, right call after that one. Miller to the corner. Say is cutting through to the crease. Oje up top, defended by Gorman. Dowswell, catch and release. Ball still on the carpet. Oje had to be careful with that free hand.
And it's another run play where it opens up a guy in the middle getting a little bit lost among some of the defenders, and it's a quick catch and release, like you said.
Suggo Rice. Goal and 3 assists in period number 1 for him. Down to Awi Francis. Open the scoring in this game. Owen Rice now. He'll drive. Trying to float it far side. Save is made by Dowswell. Love the attempt, though, because if you can catch a smaller goalie out challenging, you've got room over those shoulders.
Yeah, you're always, not always, but you're kind of relying in that case that a goaltender is going to just ever so slightly dip their knee, which would force the shoulder down. And if you can just elevate your stick that little bit, it doesn't need to be a ton, but you can float it over the shoulder if you're accurate.
Nygren sets the pick. Say for Anderson. Lutweiler. Lutweiler's got one this game. Came a couple minutes ago. Step down. That one goes off of a defender. won't make its way to Casey Lahash. Hunters had 22 shots in the opening period. That's up against the Shamrocks 13. Winter Rivera has Owen Rice out there. Rice set the pick. Rivera pushed back by McLean. O'Dwyer with the slide. Shot from an awkward angle. It's kicked by Dowswell. And now Owen Rice knocked it free at a Kalen Snape. Flips it back. Albany, 2-on-1. Albany backdoor feed blocked by O'Dwyer. Massive defensive play. Now O'Dwyer sends it up to McLean. Ben McLean to the middle. Let it fly. Lahash makes the leaning left-hand save.
How dynamic do the forwards of the Hunters look in a back-checking effort? That was about to exit the Calgary zone. With one flick of the stick, it turns into a quick 2-on-1 where Dowswell may have to make a save.
There's no better back-checkers or forecheckers in Junior B lacrosse than the Kahnawake Hunters. They've probably forced 5 turnovers now from the Calgary Shamrocks defense of just them trying to get it out of their zone.
And it's typically like in a flash of like 3 seconds. It's so quick how they're able to work.
Patterson peels back. OJ's up top. Kalinic. Thought about cutting inside. Now it's up top. OJ. Low shot got soaked. This one ate by Tylen Daibo. Jensen White trying to run away from Riley Dowswell. They'll go off for a change. They'll get fresh legs out there. 15 seconds to work with for the Hunters offense. Lane down the middle. It's Owen Rice. He's stopped by Dowswell. Rebound for Rivera. Got away from him. And now Ferrati just trying to poke it through Daibo's legs. Loose ball battle has been 80-20 in favor of the Hunters here. They are dominating on a percentage basis. Francis. Cross for Daibo. Daibo inside. Albany. Francis. Bouncer skips wide. Oh, shot on goal. Dowswell made that save, and they're going to say Kamen Daibo went through the crease.
That is an incredibly lucky break for the Shamrocks, but how in back-to-back shifts do you let Owen Rice just go down the middle untouched? You have to at least give him a bump.
I don't know if it's nerves or not. This side tier got knocked into the boards. Shamrocks are going to have to be careful on that. They're gripping their sticks a little tight here. You can tell. You can feel the nerves from up here at the way they're handling the ball. Suggo Rice. Outside for Dylan Martin. Martin now hit Gorman, who got hit, and subsequently the ball goes to the corner. Winter Rivera. Inside, outside. One hand on his stick. Put it on goal. Dowswell makes the save, and he scoops it back to his own turf. He loves to move the ball quick. Dowswell does. And as long as his defenders are ready for it, it goes in their favor.
And got to be careful as well, because Kamen Daibo, when he is around that crease, I've seen him deflect and pick off a lot of passes.
Dowswell inside, 5-hole attempt. Lahash falls back on it. He did not make this save super clean, but he keeps it out. Have another look. Oh. You wonder if it's on concrete, which way that ball rolls. The turf really makes it slow down. And now a penalty, 175 meters away from their net. Feet away, pardon me. I'm getting all of this tied up here, but it's going to be a Shamrocks power play. Freehold Royalties, a uniquely positioned leading North American energy royalty company. Check them out today at Freehold Royalties.
Well, they've scored on the power play to start off this period. You know, do we see a play drawn up for Lou Weiler again, or do they go to somebody else?
2 for 2 on the man advantage. OJ. Pass back to him. He's going to have to run back to the logo. They're going to have about 10 seconds to work with. quickly. They go man-to-man. He floats one to Lutweiler. Lutweiler now on the roll. Punched out by Lahash.
What a save by Lahash, and those are the saves you want him to be making, right? You want, if you're the Calgary Shamrocks, you want to force him to make these ones where he's stretching a little bit, make his life more difficult.
Sago Rice on the penalty kill. Dylan Martin inside. Daiba was there, and now up the floor. It's run over, and Highcamp throws it out to Patterson. That gets scooped up cleanly. They probably have a chance back the other way, and if number 19 in white has it, I like his chances on a breakaway. Ojai flips it. Anderson and Lutweiler are the two righties. Outside of Ojai, Seth Miller. Blast one off the boards. 2 to shoot. Lutweiler's got to grab it and go quick, and gets tossed down to the turf.
Looking like it's going to be a big kill for the Hunters. They can draw this penalty clock down to about 4 seconds, depending on how they play this.
Warren Oakes got away from his defender. The bench loves it for the Kahnawake Hunters. Penalty kills change, momentum swings, and right now the pendulum's going right back to the Hunters. Albany, Cayman Daiba. You know, Daiba wants to use that defender as a screen if he can. Dowswell kicks it. Rebound got past one defender, not O'Dwyer. Johnston leaves it for Singh. Throwing to Dowswell. Evades him. Ojai, cross floor. Doesn't to shoot. Kalinic lets it fly, and Lahash was out challenging. Owen Rice slows it down. Shamrocks defense has been a lot better this period compared to the opening 20. Went to Rivera, Farawi Francis. Rivera has a lead inside, and Dowswell picks his pocket. Highcamp on a run. 3-on-3. Shamrocks don't exactly have numbers here, and I think wisely not to force this one. Anderson, Kalinic. 13 points in the playoffs for Kalinic. Pushed back defensively, has to get his eyes up. Anderson, shot goes wide. I think the ratio of shots on goal to shots off goal for the Shamrocks has to be about 1-to-1 in this contest. It feels like those sights are not set straight.
Well, I think overall, I mean, between both of these teams, we have seen a much different pace than that flurry that we saw in the first period. And I think this is more so the pace that is going to continue for the remainder of this game. But currently, just through the second period alone, I have shots dead even at 5-5. You know, the Hunters have missed their mark a little bit as well. But the Shamrocks it's too many outside looks that they're settling for right now. And as we've seen clearly from Lahash, he is one of the top goaltenders in this entire tournament. If he sees it, he's going to stop it. And sometimes when he can't see it, he's still going to make those saves as well. So to just settle with those perimeter looks, it's not going to bring you a ton of success against a team like this unless a couple of things just happen to fall in your favor. But you can't rely on that as a game plan.
Yeah, he's a top 2 goaltender in Junior B lacrosse, and I'm not sure he's at number 2.
Be sure to visit the merchandise table before it sells out.
Now give the ball back to Albany in the Kahnawake Hunters zone. Albany only had 1 goal in the playoffs. He's got 4 in the Founders Cup so far this week. The depth on this Hunters side is amazing. Ollie Francis now, he'll drive. Short side, caught the pipe. Now Ben McLean trying to poke it forward. Tempting to push it back, and it's going to get thrown to Dowswell. He'll scoop it up. Now he needs to find an outlet. Bounce pass to Johnston. who heard some footsteps and forgot about the rock.
And I think Dowswell's fighting his goalie stick a little bit. You could see him kind of, the reaction. He knows that hooked on him a little bit. I wonder if that's a little bit of nerves coming to play a factor as well.
Rice, Albany, toe drag, release. Oh, what a finish to Albany. Double it up, kid. He's got a pair tonight.
Just an outrageous move to make. And you see him picking up speed. There it is underneath the defender who's trying to make up for some space. And when you have a defender in that kind of a position, it opens them up to be the victim of a move like this. Right there with the stick up. And then the finish in tight on Dowswell. And remember, that came off of the pass that he hooked.
Wire back the other way. It was stopped by Lahatch. If Calgary wants to get back in this, they're going to need a handful of goals in transition. Auger for Miller. High shot stopped by Lahatch. Now ball was rolling there. Remember, Lacrosse Canada rule is you can't grab it. Gorman defended by Trudeau. Gorman got around him. Inside, Suggo Rice is stopped by Dowswell. I know he's only played 20 minutes, but without him, this could be 16-4 right now.
He's been outstanding since coming in. I know he just made that mistake on the previous goal, which ended up as it. But, I mean, again, it's the ability as a goaltender. It's such a mental position to be able to rebound and make the next stop.
Dylan Martin trying to find Gorman. Johnson has it behind the net. Now Jet DePaiva up the floor. DePaiva takes a couple of hacks and whacks. He can handle it. He's a big fella out there. Lutweiler inside. Anderson was all sorts of tied up by Oakes. Fans trying to will the Shamrocks back into it, but Kahnawake found a way to silence them at every turn in the road. Albany on hat-trick watch. Rivera, BTB, Dowswell's got it, and he's down.
Oh,
no. Dowswell is down and in some discomfort, and oh boy. His summer was taken away from him with a nasty injury. And this is not looking good right now, folks.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I guess it's kind of as he took that step over, I wonder if there was a bit of a hyperextension or... Oh, man.
Couldn't really play this summer after that leg injury. And oh, this one hurts. Dylan Dowswell is going to be helped off, and that's the end of his night and most likely tournament. Oh, man. Such a innocent-looking play, too, and sometimes that's just how it happens.
And you just feel for a kid in a situation like that who is, I mean, I've said earlier today, I believe, on a previous game, it's such a tough scenario to be in as a backup goaltender because if you're being brought into the game, chances are something is not going right for your team. And Dylan Dowswell came in and provided exactly what they needed when they needed it and was making some timely saves. And you just hate to see a kid have to be, I mean, almost dragged off the floor. He's putting a little bit of weight on his leg, but man, not much at all. And now, I mean, talk about a tough position for Dylan Dowswell to be in. Now Chase Myzik, who, you know, also in a bit of a tough spot here considering he got yanked from the game after the start. But remember, he is their guy. He is their number one for a reason. He's been with them through the regular season. He's put up some really good numbers, including in this tournament alone. If he can use this little breather that he's had as a reset, he can go back and be that calming presence for his team all over again.
Well, if you're Myzik, you know there's no one else. You are the last line of defense, literally, at this point. Hunters get possession off the face-off win. Ollie Francis for Sago Rice. Rice inside. Owen Rice's shot got deflected. Owen Rice with it again. Up top, Sago fires. Bounces wide. Trying to keep it in. Now pass up for Ben McLean. Just passes like that, you don't normally see him drop. And something just isn't clicking right now for this Shamrock squad. Biggest game of their lives, I think that could be said for most of them. Shamrocks won a Founders Cup back in 2019. Jared Ferris, now an assistant coach, was the netminder in that one. Driving inside, Myzik makes a save on Marcus Dibo. Dylan Martin grabs the rebound.
And first save since re-entering the game. That's a good for him to get some confidence back.
Owen Rice. Trying to get those hands free. Over the top, lets it fly, goes wide. Rebound! Myzik's got it with the left hand. Patterson. Pardon me, that was Lee up the floor. Gives way for Anderson. Lutweiler sets the pick. Backdoor feed. It was intended for Anderson somehow. No back yet. What a defensive effort right there. The athleticism on this Hunters side is incredible, to say the least. Rivera for Albany. Gorman. Dibo, 2 to shoot. Rivera bouncer. Surprised they haven't tried to just take a bunch of shots early a little bit. I feel like you've got an opportunity with a goaltender coming in for a second time.
Yeah, but I mean, that save that he made on Dibo in tight, that's a pretty tough one to test with.
OJ now. Twister, stopped by Lahash.
But I do agree with you. If I'm the Hunters and I see Chase Myzik coming in, I'm peppering him with shots right away.
Ball got turned over. Kalinic, Dowswell, robbed by Lahash. Oh, a 10-bell stop by Casey Lahash. Now the forecheck is on. Kalinic trying to knock it free. Thrown down by Cree and grabbed by Ben McLean. This is what the Shamrocks are going to have to do for the next 23 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm not sure you can afford not to forecheck for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and the Hunters aren't going to make a lot of mistakes on their own. You have to force.
Anderson, Lutweiler, trying to cut right to the center. He's knocked down, and the ball doesn't get on goal. Tried to get to the middle, put himself in a bad spot to shoot. Martin, 15 on the shot clock. Tended for Owen Rice, pushed into the crease by Snee. Kalen Snee up the floor. He's got Miller going to the back door, and the pass for Auger goes off his stick.
I like the idea, though, of the Shamrocks to play with speed in that case. Not a bad look to try to catch the Hunters defenders off a little bit and get them a little bit scrambly, but you got to execute on those passes.
Feel like that's been a theme for the last 37 and a half minutes. Rivera now. He's pushed into the... So they'll say he kept his feet out. 4 to shoot. Rivera BTB. Denied by Myzik. Trudeau now. One arms it over. This is Ryland Patterson. Patterson up the floor. Quickly to Miller. Back for Patterson. He scores! first of the Founders for Ryland Patterson, and the Shamrocks have 5.
That's what I'm saying right there. You got to go with speed right now. Take a couple chances rather than pull up at the restraining line. Patterson is the one that initiates this transition. He's fortunate enough to get the pass returned back to him. And why not try to catch Lahash before he gets fully set when you're right there? Just fires it low. Lahash, I believe, does get a little piece of it. But a huge goal late for the Shamrocks. And you're right. Like they have to forecheck here. They have to pressure. But again, the Hunters aren't going to make a ton of mistakes on their own. You have to be the one to force them into that position, and you have to take advantage when you're gifted one of those chances.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of mistakes they make on their own, you can count it on one hand all tournament. This is one of the more responsible teams, and no surprise, they're coached by Brandon Francis. Running a great program there. They've really turned things around over the past few years. 10 on the shot clock. Little back pedal. Daibo backdoor feed. Corbin was there. And now Highcamp has it. Quick change again for the Shamrocks. We'll see if they try push it. They've got numbers. Feed to the lane. Nygren stumped by Lahash. Well, you said you want to see him keep going that route. I would have to agree with you. Anderson for Kalinic. Kalinic will drive. Lahash makes a save. Rebound. Anderson, and he's stopped by Lahash. Oh, the toes touch, and he keeps it off the line.
Oh, are you kidding me, Casey Lahash? Outrageous save.
Ball floated up for Albany. Owen Rice to the corner. Albany now knows he's got a pass. Daibo somehow caught that. There's just ridiculous passes that somehow he controls and makes look effortlessly.
There are some guys, especially on this Hunters team, obviously, but Cayman Daibo is one of them. If you just put the ball into an area, he's going to catch it.
NLL level skill right there. About a 4-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Lutweiler now, 10 to shoot. Playing with his food a little too much, and it ends up on the table. The Hunters are going to take a timeout with 9 seconds left and have a chance to go 6-on-5.
I do think the last stretch of play here, as of late, favors the Shamrocks. They have found a little bit of an extra gear. You have to get a stop here, I would say, to put yourself in a pretty good position, even if you're going to head into that final period and you're trailing by 4. But defensively, the Shamrocks have taken a step. Offensively, specifically in transition, they've taken a step. I still don't think they've put everything together here, but they should consider themselves incredibly lucky in the fact that Chase Myzik has been able to come back in and has looked really good since coming back in. Sometimes, you let in a few early and then you have to get brought back in and you're a little bit shaky. As soon as they start coming towards you, you're double clutching a little bit as a goaltender. Myzik has come back into this game and has been that calming presence that they needed him to be off the jump. And if he can continue this through the next 9 seconds and then into the final period of regulation, they got a good chance.
9 seconds, though. That is plenty of time for this Hunters offense. Cayman Daibo up the middle. Ollie Francis with now. Cross to Rice. Rice now. Pushed back by Trudeau, and Scrappy saves him. What a defensive shift right there by Ben Trudeau. Able to knock the ball to the turf, and the Shamrocks thankful to be down by 4 heading into the second intermission. Tino, I know the Shamrocks outscored Kahnawake in that period. Were they the better team, though, in that 20 minutes?
No, because Kahnawake was the better team in the first 8 to 10 minutes. I would say probably 12 minutes, I would argue. The Shamrocks, I wouldn't necessarily say were the better team in the second half of that period, but they matched that of Kahnawake and then took a little bit of an extra step in their own right. So that's something to build on, right? They're going to go to the intermission, they're going to talk about it, but they put themselves in a position to give themselves a chance when at the end of 20 minutes it looked like things were going so far out of control that they could have just left the building. So could be worse, could be better, and they're going to need for it to be better, but I don't hate their chances here.
40 down, 20 to go. A trip to the Founders Cup final is on the line. The Kahnawake Hunters lead the Calgary Shamrocks 9-5 after 2 periods of play. Don't go anywhere. Join us for the third on BC Sports TV.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We design a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system, pump, fans. Our clients that we have all have something in common, and they're looking for a high quality product that they could deploy as a modular system that is scalable. At IntelliFlex, our motto is start to finish.
Perfect Surfaces, Canada's leader in rubber flooring and specialty surfaces. From gyms to arenas, our premium rubber flooring is built to take a beating and keep going. Extremely durable, impact resistant, and engineered for high-performance spaces. Our floors are also non-slip, anti-fatigue, and easy to clean, designed to keep athletes safe and comfortable every step of the way. And we don't stop at sports. Transform your garage from plain to showroom ready with SnapGrid tiles. DIY friendly and easy to install, our garage floors handle cars, tools, and everyday life with ease. Step outside. Our interlocking deck and patio tiles bring new life to worn surfaces. Comfortable underfoot, slip resistant, and weather ready. Need more? We offer sport court tiles, playground surfaces, and specialty flooring solutions for every space. Whatever your project, we've got a floor for it.
Perfect Surfaces. You stand on it, we stand by it.
So in 2019, we went and visited a crypto mining site. We looked around. I said to myself, there's got to be a better way. My name is Chuck Lecuyer, founder of CS Corporation, home of the IntelliFlex line of product. At IntelliFlex, we're innovators. We design, build, deploy, and operate our system. We design a system that is very easy to operate. We have industry-leading operation uptime and efficiency. Our product are UL certified. Quality is what we do. Every piece will have their own power distribution system, their own immersion tank, network system.
Less than a minute away from the start of period number 3. It's Cody James and Tino Fair with you on BC Sports TV. 2025 Founders Cup semifinal Friday. It has all come down to this. The Kahnawake Hunters up 9-5 on the Calgary Shamrocks. The host team outscored the Hunters 2-1 in that last period. Their goaltender went down though. Dylan Dowswell has left the game. Chase Mizek is back between the pipes. 4-goal comeback. It's not unheard of, but I guarantee you it will not be easy against the Ontario champions. Period number 3 is underway. Battle for the ball in front of the Shamrocks bench. Grabbed by Kalen Sneap. Healthy push in the pack. McLean knocks it down, and O'Dwyer scoops it up. Shout out to Saskatchewan's own Benjamin Reedy for winning a Minto Cup earlier today at the Coquitlam Adnex. I know there was a lot of others, but my Sasky bias has to pull through once in a while. Soren Nygren took that shot, bounces it out of play. Tino, talk to me. What do the Shamrocks have to do to get back in this game?
They have to play a perfect period. Just flat out, if they want to find themselves playing for a trophy on Sunday, they have to play a perfect period here. That means no defensive breakdowns against one of the best teams in the junior ranks across Canada, and that means you cannot miss when you find opportunities in the offensive zone.
Gorman for Rice. Owen Rice now, long-range missile. Takes some boards. Patterson scoops it up the floor. Gavin Ferrati on a break, and this one's outside, and Anderson can't grab it cleanly. Gorman's there. Pressure on, and the Shamrocks looking to battle for it. It looked like, I believe that was Dryden Lee got taken down. Free 30 clock given to the Shamrocks. Kalinic. Couple of teammates collide, and Dowswell and Anderson there. Didn't quite see what happened, but they hit the turf. 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Anderson drops one right in the chest of Lahash.
And just like the tail end of the second period, the Shamrocks, if I'm saying something to the Shamrocks right now, you have to press, right? As soon as they go, I know there's a big period left, but rely on your athletes. If they have to backtrack, that's okay, but you have to make life difficult coming out of the defensive zone for the Hunters.
Ollie Francis, perfect two-man game. Albany's inside, denied by Myzik. Double bouncer finds Ben Trudeau. Rocking the red, Junior B Mountaineers kicks. Aaron Singh doesn't on the clock. Trying to go glove side, Lahash has it. Hunters have one goal in the last 23 minutes of play. Winter Rivera looking to change that. Rivera near side. Pushed back by Ferrati. Room to shoot, far side. Oh, that'll peel some paint off the pipe. Rivera with the blast. High cap, trying to get back on it. Knocked back by Rivera. If he can grab it cleanly, it's a reset for the Hunters. Kahnawake only had 2 forwards on the floor. Double team was a little slow to get to Rivera, though. Not an easy task to knock it free from him, and no surprise, he finds an outlet. Now Gorman's got room. Backdoor feed. Oh my goodness! Chase Myzik, 10 bill.
I think he's back. I think it's safe to say that Chase Myzik is back.
Inside feed, Suggo Rice is stopped. Ferrati runs it 3-on-3, turning into a 4-on-3. Ferrati 5-hole attempt. Lahash says no. If you're gonna go 5-hole on Casey Lahash, you have to place it perfectly, as that traditional stick of his is generally in perfect position. Cross for Albany, to Albany for Ollie Francis. Owen Rice now. Shot clock winding down. Bouncer, save made by Myzik. Albany has the loose ball. Got his team a fresh 30 to eat. Jensen White, offensive shift. Ollie Francis up top. Open the scoring in this game. Bouncer, very similar to his first goal. This time Myzik's got it. O'Dwyer now running up the floor. Trudeau's there, 3-on-2. Ben Trudeau's shot got deflected. Ends up going to the corner. It's grabbed by Snee. Snee has to get out of trouble. Dowswell zips it in front. Trudeau's robbed by Lahash. Oh, the goalies are putting on a clinic this period.
Each of them trying to will their team to a victory here. We'll get a look at that Myzik save in a couple of moments, but that one from Lahash was no joke either.
That's been their story of the tournament, is that when their offense, oh, bouncer might have caught Myzik. I'm not sure if he read that hidden ball trick. But the goaltending for the Hunters has come through clutch. Every time the offense seems to go cold, they don't allow large runs against. Dangerous bounce pass. That was going to one person and one person only. He's wearing 20 in maroon. Owen Rice for Winter Rivera. 14 to go in the period. Shamrocks, the hosts from Calgary, down by 4. Owen Rice, room to shoot it, he scores! First of the game for Owen Rice, 8th of the tournament, and the Hunters have 10.
That feels backbreaking. You could just feel this coming. It was that unforced turnover going out of the defensive gate, or out of the defensive end, excuse me. The Shamrocks should be in the offensive zone right now. And instead, they give it away and it ends up in the back of their net. You know, hopefully from their own eyes, that doesn't end up being the difference maker. But, man, again, I said that this team needs to have a perfect period. You know, that's kind of the opposite with a play like that.
That has now been 3 turnovers in their own zone that have ended up in the back of their net. Can't do that against the best teams in Canada. Lutweiler for Singh. Insane for OJ.
14:03 in the third period. That's Rice. His eighth from Gorman. And
Miller.
Albany at 14:03.
Looking around a D-man, Nygren in front. This bouncer goes sky high. Wasn't deflected either. It'll be Hunter's ball. Take a look at this. Myzik. Robiny. Oh man, he just robbed Dylan Martin on the back door. Crazy. Cayman Daibo. Martin. Outside. Gorman. DePaiva pushes him back. Cayman Daibo, bouncer. Ends up with Gorman. 5 to shoot. That one's going to peel some paint off the pipe and head into row 4.
And two incredibly different shooters. Daibo fired one earlier, a soft one that's well placed, and then another at the other end of the floor that's just a rocket.
Cayman Daibo. Inside feed. Sugo Rice bounces it out. I'm not sure there's anyone who shoots the ball harder than Connor Gorman on the Junior B circuit. And 12:49 left. Unsportsmanlike call is coming. Tricant is Canada's largest well service company, delivering hydraulic fracturing, cementing, coil tubing, and more across Western Canada's oil and gas industry with unmatched expertise and a commitment to safety, efficiency, and the environment. Tricant keeps energy flowing. Shamrocks power play 2-4-3 tonight. Lutweiler on goal. Miller has it again. We'll see what they draw up. Crowd willing the hosts on. Lutweiler, 5-hole attempt. Lahash knew exactly where he was going.
And with a shooter going downhill, but not a ton of room through that lane. I mean, the defense is kind of angling the shooter into taking that shot, which is exactly what Lahash wants to see.
You have to be creative against the best goaltenders. You have to do something unpredictable, and Lahash has been having an easy ride here for the past few minutes. Cayman Daibo, backhand. Pardon me, that was Owen Rice, backhand on goal. Myzik makes a save, and he hands it off to Lee.
But can't you just imagine Cayman Daibo taking that exact same shot, too?
Again, there's so much talent on this side, righties, lefties. Doesn't matter who it is. I don't know who's going to slow this team down, as that pass for Saint went off of his stick. Looked like it hit the netting. It must have just hit the glass, though. And back the other way go the Hunters. Winter Rivera has Sugo Rice on the logo. They can kill off the next 13 seconds of this penalty, and then Dylan Martin gets out to the box. Myzik makes a save. Rebound goes to Albany. Loose ball battle. I know we talked about it before. I know it's not a stat that's tracked here. But if you're watching at home, you're seeing the exact same thing we are. The Hunters are dominating that category.
Specifically on the offensive side, like how many times have we seen them get 3 or 4 resets in a set? Meanwhile, at the other end, it's mostly been one and done. And those are the things that make the biggest difference when you're trying to find yourself hoisting a trophy at the end of a tournament like this. It's those little things that oftentimes don't wind up on the stat sheet that are going to get the job done by the end of it.
Kalinic for OJ. Dowswell now. Backdoor feed. Lutweiler was there, but Lutweiler's a righty. Borderline impossible for him to catch that pass from Dowswell. Now Van Domlet drops his shoulder. Ran into Lutweiler, who evades a hit from Connor Gorman. Shamrocks need 5 in the next 10 just to force overtime. Lutweiler, hard pick right there by OJ. Now they got to get back. No one was paying attention. Breakaway opportunity. It's Daibo who scores. Marcus Daibo on the breakaway makes it 11-5.
I mean, that looks like it's Cayman Divo again taking a shot like that. With those kind of hands to go airborne like that, and remember, while crease dives are not necessarily allowed in a tournament like this, it's because his feet, even while in the air, stay out of the crease. He decides to make that leap at the right time and puts it off the post and in. Another unfortunate break for the Shamrocks, and I don't know, it feels like they need a miracle right now.
Not a traditional turnover, but end of the day, they're the reason the ball went back the other way.
The tournament scored by number 1, Marcus Divo. Assisted by number 5.
What a time for your first of the Founders Cup. Marcus Divo with a highlight reel goal. Cayman Divo. Up top for Francis. Gorman. Seat of his pants. Trying to throw it in. Got knocked the other way. Ben McLean's got a breakaway. Ben McLean fires. That goes wide. Rebound is behind the net. And Dowswell got dumped in front. Chief Moon might have... Or they collided. I'm not sure. Dowswell might have taken a shot at Chief Moon. It was kind of tough to see. That was a high-speed collision on that one. Brandon Francis wants a call on the Kahnawake bench. He'll have a quick word with the officials as we're at our media timeout in period number 3. Sparks Psychology is proud to support the Founders Cup as part of their mission to foster mental health, resilience, and personal growth for young people. Traveling, sending money overseas? CalForex has you covered with competitive exchange rates and fast, reliable service. CalForex helps make your money go further. Check them out online at calforex.com. And Calgary's mid-sized full-service accounting firm specializing in not-for-profit audits and corporate accounting. They're trusted advisors for businesses that count. Learn more at cnellp.com.
Well, I mean, we just saw a breakaway chance from the captain, Ben McLean, ends up with a shot wide. Earlier in this period, we saw Gavin Ferrati with a breakaway chance. Very earlier in the period, ends up with a shot wide. Those are the little things that I'm talking about where, you know, a breakaway chance, you're going in with speed, you're playing a little bit of cat and mouse with the goaltender. You have to at least make him make a save. We've talked so much about the goaltending all week of Casey Lahash and how he's one of the best in Junior B all across Canada. To fire wide on a breakaway, man, it's tough.
Kalinic. Nygren inside. Don't start the car just yet. It's 11-6, and Soren Nygren has his second of the game.
A good screen set, a good bit of awareness to find him in tight, and then there's the bit of elusiveness. Right, he throws one fake to the glove side. He goes as if he's going to go to the stick side, but then it's a twister in tight. There's not a lot of guys that'll make that decision to release like that, but that's what you need to do to beat Lahash.
Shamrocks score his second of the game and of the tournament. Scored by number 5, Soren Nygren.
Now Trudeau off the bench way too early. Now if you're off the bench that early, you might as well touch the ball. He decided not to. So it'll be 6-on-5. Ball's up top with Winter Rivera. Oh, hidden ball trick almost caught Mizek. It was not Rivera with the ball one bit. That fooled the broadcast booth and a bunch of other people in the building. But the Kahnawake Hunters are going to the power play.
You can see how he's still, looks like he's in shambles a little bit with how much room he had to shoot. I think we've seen him fire a lacrosse ball into much smaller areas into a goal. But his team's still in a pretty good spot here, and he might get a chance for redemption on the man advantage.
Hey, I got a couple of messages online. Shout out to everyone watching at the Knights of Columbus Hall in Kahnawake. I know it's almost midnight out there. Glad to have you join us. It's a little Founders Cup after dark action. Cody Janzatino fair with you. Hunters on the power play, up by 5. Dominant is an understatement. Rivera, little behind the back flip. That got picked off by McLean. He'll throw it up. O'Dwyer's there. Trudeau with him. And it's one more for Sneed. Kalen Sneed, one-on-one. Pushed back by Jensen White. Nick Lutweiler now. Well, they're short-handed, but they still need offense. Lutweiler, backdoor feed. Miller was there. It's not a bad opportunity. It's just a little too slow as Lahash had plenty of time to get set up. Awi Francis now. Fake hidden ball trick. Still at the top of your screen this time. Went to Rivera. Righty strong look on the power play. Rice. Rivera. As for Owen Rice, this one got knocked down. Ben Trudeau trying to get back there. Owen Rice still hangs on to it. Late shot. Shamrocks coaches want a delay of game call. That one's not happening.
Got to appreciate the try at it, though. You know, anything to pull something in favor of your team. If you can't, if the coaches can't do, you know, what they'd like to on the floor, you got to do what you can from the bench.
Aaron Saint spins back. Low shot goes wide. Dowswell trying to grab the rebound. Scooped up by Dibo, and it's up the floor. Ollie Francis. They're going to wait this one out as Dryden Lee, the in-home for the Calgary Shamrocks, comes out of the sin bin. Rivera all the way over. Gorman. Big wind up. Jet to Paiva. Wore it like a t-shirt. Oh, and Rice far side. Gorman slowed it down. Ollie Francis is there as well. And Gorman is going to have to leave it. Down by 5, 6 minutes to go. Tino thinks they need a miracle. We'll see how this plays out. Can tell you the rally caps are certainly on for the Shamrocks faithful. Up top, Nygren, hat-trick hunting denied by Lahash. Feels like they haven't had a real shot on goal in a while, and I think Soren Nygren just wanted to make sure that the shooters were still in place.
Yeah, I mean, and test the goaltender as well. I mean, at this point, you have to make him feel a little bit, make him make a save, take the chances when they come to you.
Cayman Dibo. Oh, little flip for Martin. Cheeky to the inside. Suggo Rice took a shot. Mizek got it. Spinning with the heels, kept it out. Has to get back up and back in position. Gorman. For Dylan Martin. Where was this Shamrocks defense in the opening 20 minutes of play? After that period, it's been a 3-3 game inside. Cayman Dibo counts. 12-6 Hunters lead.
And that brings the Kahnawake fans in attendance to their feet. The flags are on full display. We've talked about Dibo not missing much when he gets into that kind of an area, and of course it shows itself once again. This is a player with some of the best hands in this tournament, especially when he gets in close. See how close in that pass was to be able to corral it, settle it, throw a fake, and then fire, all within a span of about a second and a half.
And McLean for OJ. OJ shot got blocked. Aaron Say is denied by Lahash, and he got pelted by Cy Deer.
11 Albany, time of that goal 5:07 of the third period. That's Dibo from Martin and Albany at 5:07 of the
Winter
third
Rivera.
period.
Far side, Mizek makes a save. Rebound is grabbed by Rivera, but his right foot was in the crease. Kahnawake on track right now for a date with the Coquitlam Adnax. Sunday, 1 o'clock. Founders Cup Final, 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Kalinic inside. Nygren for the hat trick, stopped by Lahash.
Oh, that is a nice save from Casey Lahash. Leaning over to his right, The shot is going back across to his left, and he's able to squeeze that arm down up against his body. That is not an easy save to make.
High camp for OJ. Down for Blake Anderson. Anderson inside. Trying to force one to OJ. Pass wasn't on target though. Marcus Daibo. Maybe one of the prettiest goals of his season came earlier this period in transition. It was a breakaway marker that he went airborne for. Gorman came in Daibo. Ball got knocked down by OJ. Came in Daibo got it right back. Far side floater, and it'll ring some iron. Randy Stotts-esque with the righty floater. Dylan Martin slows it down. They've got the reset, and they've sucked all life out of this building here at the Seven Chiefs Sportsplex. Hunters know where they're headed. Martin, inside feed. Albany knocked off the ball by DePaiva. O'Dwyer throws it for Snee. Snee up the floor. McLean's there. Knocked down, and another opportunity goes for naught. Francis. Forechecked by Johnston. Back for Owen Rice. Kahnawake does not need any more offense in this game. Rylan Patterson, his first of the Founders Cup came in period number 2. Say towards the cage, and he'll put that one off the coconut of Lahash. Daibo up for Chief Mooney, stopped by Mizek. Couple former Junior A Mounties in a one-on-one showdown. Oh, if Zane Chief Moon would have buried, this place would have exploded. Local talent playing out in Kahnawake for his final season of juniors. Spin move, Lutweiler still with it, stopped by Lahash. Side deer rolls this for Ollie Francis. We're 100 seconds away from the Kahnawake Hunters punching their ticket to the Founders Cup final in 2025. Ollie Francis dumps it on goal. Mizek makes the save, and it's grabbed by DePaiva.
And it's time for the Hunters. Just every time you get the ball, put it in the corner. Honestly, I'm probably shutting down the old guys for this final minute and 15 or so. No need to take any chances. You know, you got a date with the Adnaks in a couple of days.
Low roller goes wide. Aaron Sink, another whip wide. OJ shot got blocked by Tylen Daibo. Knocks him down to the turf. The shot clock expires. Patterson. Trying to throw a pass down for Ferrati. Got knocked away. Marcus Daibo up the floor. He'll run it to the corner. Runs into his teammate, Chief Moon. Patterson pushes him up against the boards. Final 30 seconds. Ferrati on the restraining line. They'll take on the Mountain View Mavericks in the bronze final tomorrow at 7. Nick Lutweiler spins back. We'll see if they try one more on goal. Lutweiler will rub this one down from 3-17 3 years ago to the Founders Cup final in 2025. The Kahnawake Hunters are going to the championship Sunday, 1 o'clock versus Coquitlam.
For the Shamrocks 43. Stick around. I will be announcing the
Dominant performance on both sides of the floor. It starts with a Dylan Martin hat trick. in the opening period. And then the foot is kept on the pedal. Taha Albany, 2 goals, 3 assists. Cayman Dibo, 2 goals, 4 points. There's no weak spots on this Kahnawake Hunters team. The Coquitlam Adnecks are going to have their hands full Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and this is a team in the Hunters. You know, they set themselves forward towards a goal in the offseason before this one, where they wanted to look ahead to a Founders Cup, and they put together a roster that they felt could get the job done, and they're going to get a chance at it now on Sunday afternoon. But you just feel how important this is to this entire organization. You know, for them to be able to go out and sell Winter Rivera on playing Junior B. He could play Junior A ball more or less anywhere that he wanted to, and he ends up playing for a Founders Cup here with the Hunters. Same with Cayman Dibo, was on the Junior A Adnecks, won a Minto Cup last year. Decides to stay home and play for a Founders Cup with the Hunters. Howie Francis, who has some Founders Cup experience, he was on the runners-up team, the Akwesasne Thunder, a few years ago when the Founders Cup was in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. And then, of course, their goaltender, Casey Lahash. This is a group that has been working towards this goal since last offseason, and they're going to get a chance to get it done against the Coquitlam Adnecks.
Well, do we see Trey Deer and Cody Malowski show up on Sunday? That's the question people really want to know. You guys can start the discourse at home. Hey, this has been such a fun week. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Honestly, again, the Kahnawake Hunters have been so fun to watch. 4-0 so far through this week of lacrosse, and you got to tip your hat to the Calgary Shamrocks. They pushed them. That is a lineup that has been battered and bruised over the past couple of weeks. They have dealt with it all through the thick and the thin. And despite the result not ending in their favor, you take away that first 20 minutes, it was a 4-3 ball game. And I think that's, well, you don't look for things to hang your hat on immediately after losses. I think you'll go back and say, hey, we dropped this one in the first 20. But you get a chance tomorrow against the Mountain View Mavericks in what's going to be an absolute rager.
I was just going to say, how about the bronze medal game? I think those two teams have seen a lot of each other in the past, especially recently. I think that's going to be a massive game to watch.
Player of the game announcements in-house.
With that, I'm proud to introduce Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League Commissioner Ian Stewart to present today's August Electronics Game MVP for each team, as selected by their respective coaches. Each MVP is awarded with a white hat and a belt buckle. From your Calgary Shamrocks, number 5, Soren Nygren!
Soren Nygren gets player of the game for Calgary. He had 2 goals in the contest. First 2-goal performance for him since the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League playoffs, where he had 11 points through 7 games.
Hunters, number 1, Casey Lahash!
Yeah, I think if you picked anyone else, we would be very shocked. Casey Lahash is player of the game for the Kahnawake Hunters. It really came down to timely saves. He didn't allow any goals you'd consider weak ones. I think maybe Dylan Martin was maybe the runner-up, but end of the day, they're going to the finals because of their goaltender.
And how about the goaltending duel that we're going to see now in the finals between Lahash and Tebow? I mean, top 2 goaltenders in the tournament. I would say top 2 teams in the tournament overall is the only 2 undefeated teams going through round robin and now beyond as well.
Fire me up, Tino. This championship game Sunday at 1 o'clock is going to be an absolute doozy. The Kahnawake Hunters and the Coquitlam Adnecks, bound for Founders Cup glory. Who takes it home? Well, you got to wait a full 24-plus hours. So we got the bronze medal game tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Also, the 7th place game between Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. That's probably not going to be a slouch either. 3:30 start for that one. For myself, Cody Janzantino, Farah, George, and Keith, the entire BC Sports TV crew. Thanks for hanging out with us on Semifinal Friday, and we're back tomorrow at 3:30.